lunchtime. Well, it's normally good evening or good afternoon, whatever, but it is lunchtime. We thought we'd do something a little bit different today, keep everybody happy and entertained. So we thought we'd do a Leicester lunchtime live show. We've got the Blue Van Man himself, Dave, joining us all the way from Baronsor, I think Dave's from. And we've got Jamie all the way from the Fox's Arms in Alcudia, as you all know. So go grab yourself a beer, some snacks. We're going to have a little chat. Get your views in, get your comments in, whatever you want to talk about. There's nothing off limits today. We can talk a bit of Leicester. We can talk transfers. We can talk how's the season going to finish. We can talk about food, snacks, nibbles, whatever you guys want to talk about. So get your comments in, get your views in. It's Dave, Blue Van Man and Jamie who will be with me very shortly. Yeah, as ever, I can get people's comments in on screen. So whatever questions you want to ask us, whatever views you want to do, tell us a joke, whatever, like Matty Bond has done here. He's watching from Ireland. How are you, Matty? Thank you for watching. Get your views in, get your comments in. Let's just get them in. Let's bring Jamie in. We all know Jamie from the Fox's Arms. How are you, Jamie?
Hold on a minute, Phil. There we go. I'm all right now, pal.
You've grabbed your beer. Cheers to you.
Certainly have.
Cheers to Dave, Blue Van Man.
How are you?
How are you, mate?
Are you all good?
Join
there
us.
We go.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, all.
Let's start with what we're drinking. Blue Van Man, what you got on today?
I'm just on a nice, easy, simple calling. That's all. Nothing fancy.
Keeping it simple for lunch.
Keeping it
I've
real.
gone for the cheap. I've gone for the cheap stuff from Lidl's called Argus. It is actually quite nice. Dave, there's no chance you could. There's no chance you could review this at all, Dave. You won't be able to get hold of it in the UK. No, it's Argus. It's Argus. It's lovely, actually. It's quite nice.
That looks pretty cheap. Rubbish. Look at me. I'm on a bit of Beacon Hill.
Hey,
keep it Leicester.
I reviewed that. I reviewed Beacon Hill. Yeah, I went up Beacon Hill and sat on all them rocks and reviewed that. It was very nice.
It's a nice drink, and it's from our pals at Everard, so I thought I'd keep in. I've got some snacks as well. Dave, listen, you can have your view on this. And the viewers at home, which one of these two should I get stuck into during this? Should it be pork scratchings or should it be scampi fries? How much more pubbified can you get than those two?
Personally, mate, I'd get a little bowl and chuck them both in the bowl and eat them together.
Just do them both?
Because the size of them bags ain't going to hurt you.
I know, they're not exactly massive, are they, those two? Go on then, what have you got, Dave?
They're not biscuits.
This is what you want. A bag of pork scratchings like this.
Look at the size of that.
Look at that.
That's just a normal size bag for Dave, that is. That's just his normal size. There's normal small packs.
Yeah.
So Jamie, if you've got your Argos beer, what crisps have you got? They've got to be like Audi specials or something.
Well, they are, look. There they are. Snack day bags. Yeah, they're just the small grab bags they are. Look at the size of that. Well, look at them in there, look.
Proper chips.
No, not bacon frazzles, look.
Yeah,
they're lovely. Crisp. When you bite into them, am I doing the job right, Dave? Hold on. When you bite into them, they've got a lovely, crispy.
Yeah, and then your eyes.
Is that how you do it?
You have to look around. You have to look around with your eyes, so you're processing it.
Right. So you.
This is the top tips.
Yeah, they're really nice. They are. Yeah.
That's it.
The bag could be a little bit bigger. Very hammy. Very ham and serrano. Very Spanish-like. It is really nice. That meaty taste. It is good. It's better than the normal crisp.
Jamie, watching
I think you want to give me a job, Dave.
Jamie, watching you is very hammy. Anyway.
This is a family show. I won't say what I was going to say.
Lots of people are watching. Let's get some comments in. Mirko's watching from Holland. Hope you enjoyed this, Mirko. Get your comments in. What do you want to talk about, Mirko? Matty Bond says that he's very jealous he's driving. Hopefully, Matty, you're not driving and watching this live, wherever you are watching. Ross says he's having it. Go on.
I'm going to say, Matthew normally has got horses in his back, carries a load of horses. So he better not be driving with horses in the back. Blimey. That'd be dangerous.
Bill Wright says he's having some black pudding. Dave, do you like a bit of black pudding?
Love it. Have you had the stuff from Scotland?
No. Tell us about that.
It's in Scotland, and it costs more to get it sent to you than it actually costs for the black pudding. But it's the best black pudding you'll ever eat.
Really? I like it.
In fact, I've actually done a review on it, but it's just one of them I've got to post up. So
we've got to have a look.
Is there anything you haven't done a review on yet, Dave? Is there actually anything you haven't done a review on?
I don't know. I would.
What about Wotsits? Alex Green says Wotsits are the king of crisps. Have you ever done Wotsits?
I've done flaming Wotsits. There's no point in reviewing anything that's been around since I was a kid. But I have done flaming.
No one remember.
Who was it here? Patrick says, how about some KP nuts? I've not seen KP nuts in years. Do they still do them then?
Yeah. I think a little thing to do. I've done a review on this as well. Get a bag of salt and vinegar crisps. Get a bag of nuts, salted nuts. Chuck them all into one bag. Crunch them all up and tip them in your mouth. Best thing you'll ever have.
That. Seen that.
Dave,
it's good, isn't it?
Do you know what I used to do? Now, this was when I was a kid. I used to get some ready salted crisps and just put Worcester sauce in it and shake the bag up.
That's a good
I used to do it with tomato sauce. Put tomato sauce in a bag.
Tomato sauce?
Yeah. Tomato, ketchup.
That's too messy.
Put it in the bag.
Even better,
shake it up.
You've got to lick your fingers. It's like having KFC.
Yeah.
Your fingers afterwards.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. When you put that up, Phil, about KP nuts, I thought you were talking about my missus because she's called Nuts because her initials are KP. So I thought, how she got into the story already?
Well, we've never seen your Mrs. Jamie. Perhaps she'll come on one of your shows on a Sunday.
No. She'd be bossing me about. Like I boss you about, she bosses me about. So no, it's all right.
Listen, here's a question from Graham Moore. Now, this is moving us on to Leicester. What's going to happen with Leicester City if the league ends? Now, France yesterday have said League One and League Two, I believe, are going to be ended. Dave, let's start with you. Obviously, I mean, before we get too far, Dave, I hope you're feeling well because, in all seriousness, you have had the coronavirus and you were pretty poorly, weren't you, mate? Talk us through it a bit.
I wasn't tested or anything like that. 111 basically didn't want to know. But on the Friday night, I went into the living room and the wife said, "Have we got the heating on?" I says, "It's hot in here. It's cold in here." And she touched me, and I was burning up. And then basically, I just went downhill from there. I got body aches. I was sweating. I was cold. Headache, and I lost all my sense of taste, my sense of smell, which is a bit of a shit, really. Sorry, it's a bit of a rubbish thing, really, because that's part of my job on here. And I was in a real bad way. And there were 3 days of my life that I've actually lost through this illness. I thought I was eating and drinking. My wife says I weren't. She wanted me to go in hospital. I was telling her I'm not going in all kinds of ways that I honestly can't remember. There was one point where my mum was sitting on the side of my bed telling me that my wife had look after me. My mum's been dead 17 years, so I was hallucinating and everything.
Bloody hell.
So it wasn't that good. But like, now I'm just, my lungs are just a bit weak. Apparently it really affects your lungs. But I must say, to anybody who actually does get this at home and they are struggling and they phone 111, don't be rubbished off by what they say. They ask you a few questions, and if they don't really want to know, they just say phone your GP. I was told to phone my GP, and I was just told to drink liquid and take paracetamol. I think basically because I'm not a smoker or a fat lad, because I have lost over a stone through this, that's probably what saved me.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, that is. Hey, look, we all could. Oh, I won't do it. It's just a family show. I won't take it off again. We could all lose a few pounds now and again.
Yeah. But I would say, if you have got it and you phone 111 and they just rubbish you off with answers, they give you 6 or 7 questions. And if you answer one of them what they want to hear, they just tell you not to bother. They just didn't want to know, mate. So I don't know how much that's going to affect across the country or what. Be more confirm that you want help, you need help. So, I mean, my eyes are rolling in the back of my head. My wife thought I was dying, and I thought I was dying too. So,
blimey.
It was scary.
Scary stuff, but good news is, Dave, you're back.
I'm back.
Not how long did it take you out for? Was it about a week or 10 days?
Well, I was ill on the 27th of March. I just finished doing a quiz on Elliot Hackney's show on YouTube, and I only went back to work on Monday. So I've been out for a good month.
Wow.
Blimey. Yeah, a friend of mine. He's
like going upstairs to go to the toilet. I got to the top of the stairs and I was absolutely out of breath. My lungs just didn't want to work.
Yeah, mate, mine in Coventry had exactly the same symptoms. Couldn't breathe, couldn't see. He was actually in hospital. He was on the ventilator and he had the constant cough all the time. His temperature was sky high and he thought he was a goner, but he's fine now. He's still got a bit of a cough because you seem the symptoms seem to carry on for a bit longer, don't they? You seem to get the cough for a bit longer than most things, but he seems all right. Apart from being a Coventry fan, he's fine. He's a lot better. He is.
Yeah.
Sorry, David, if you're watching. Sorry, David.
Yeah, I forced myself not to cough because I thought if I start coughing, I won't stop, and I did manage to control it. So,
but Dave, good news is you're feeling better now, and thanks for joining us today. I know it seems trivial almost to talk about how do you finish a football season after you've been through such a thing, but again, for a lot of fans who are watching, not just Leicester fans from all round of all different clubs. What do you think, Dave? Do you think they should just hold fire and try and finish it off when things are settling down a bit?
I'm not right. People will be saying that there's people dying, there's people ill, and all that. I know, I've been there, but we need something to look forward to. We need to, keep going. And I honestly think that we must finish this season, even if we start it in November or something like that. This season must be finished because there is no guarantee that if we void this season, that you start next season and it's going to happen again because we don't know what's going to happen in China or wherever in the world. This could happen again. This could happen in like February next year after we've started the season. That'll be 2 seasons lost. So let's finish this one. Let all the FA and the UEFA and FIFA sit down and make a plan on what can happen if this ever happens again. Finish this season, no matter what, whenever it starts, because this could take another year or so to clear up. So just finish this season and then you can start again.
Jamie, I was watching some news the other day, something completely different, something else I'm involved in with it, which is esports. And they were talking there about the live esports they do there. And the chaps on that report were saying, just as Dave has said, this virus is probably going to peak and trough over the next 2 years, they're saying. So they're saying they're predicting we'll come out of a lockdown situation and things will get a little bit more back to some sort of normality. But then every chance it will lock down, and it's not going to happen once or twice. It might happen multiple times over the next 2 years, Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally agree. With living in Spain, we've had it slightly different over here. We've been like in a really strict lockdown. We have not been able to do anything apart from going shopping, medical centre, everything. That's the only 2 things you've been able to do. You haven't been able to go for walks, exercising. So the only exercise you can do is walk around your garden if you've got one, which we're lucky we have. Not a lot of people have in Spain. It's all high rises here. But now they've just started to relax the restrictions a little bit. And they've actually said now that professional sportsmen and athletes can start training again on when's the 4th? Is that Monday? Yeah, next Monday. So they're going to start, because our Spanish league hasn't been cancelled yet, like a lot of others have. So they're going to start our Spanish league, our training again on Monday. So they can all go back and hopefully it starts in about 2 or 3 weeks. But I really do seriously think, though, that it's people need football to watch. It's a mental kind of thing as well, isn't it? They need that they need that thing to go and see them on a Saturday afternoon or with Sky, whenever the games are. They just need that release after work, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. They just need to go and watch some football just to relax and chill out with the mates. So I really do think it needs to be finished. If it is behind closed doors, it is behind closed doors. There's no right or if it gets void. I got not abused. I got some abuse on my show the other Sunday morning for saying that, you're putting a 9-0 victory over someone's health. And I wasn't. It was just that all these, it's all like, it all means the same thing. it gets void, people are going to be upset, and it'll be worse. I mean, you think of all the Liverpool fans. I mean, I don't want Liverpool to win the league ever, to be honest. But they haven't won it for 30 years. And for them, the season to be void, it'll be absolutely disaster for them. Disaster. But football is part, like Sam's just said, football is part of our everyday life. And I think we do really need to finish our season off. Because Germany, they want to start it again. They're going to start soon. But next door, Holland have said they're going to cancel it. And France are going to cancel it. So every country is their own little... I can't think of the word. They're just doing it themselves, no matter what. They're just making their own options up, which I think is good. We need football. We need football.
Well, Adrian says he needs the football because he needs something to shout at instead of his missus. We could all do.
He comes into the bar. He comes into this bar and his missus sits there drinking while he's watching the football, and he starts shouting at her while he's watching the football. You don't shout at the TV. He starts shouting at her about the football. So, Adrian, stop shouting at your missus and just watch the football.
How's Dave? Now you're feeling better, Dave. How's your family situation being in lockdown?
Hold on. Look what I've been bought. Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Nice chicken burger. Yeah.
What's that green stuff?
Where's ours?
Salad, Dave. Salad. It's called salad. Don't lean back too much because you might need a bit after this.
I know.
No, try. Cheers. So I've got my dinner as well.
She's looking after you.
Pub food. Oh, yes. I'll take back what I said from earlier.
So, Dave.
I won't tell you what you just said.
Dave, you're going to say about how is it in your household?
June's had it as well. She's not as bad as me. She's lost her sense of smell and taste. She's had really bad headache. She had a temperature as well. Jin, she had a sore throat and the temperature, but she seems to have lost it. After 2 or 3 days, she lost it. But the wife's just tired now, so we're all back. We're okay. We're all.
I think that's at least. I guess once you've had it, I know you've had it tough, but at least once you've had it, you can sort of feel like you've been through it a bit. The rest of people are sort of waiting. Yeah,
I suppose there is that kind of thing that people talking about it, and I can actually turn around and say, "Well, I've had it." I know what I'm actually talking about for once in my life. And
it makes a change, doesn't it, Dave? Makes a change.
Yeah, instead of just waffling on.
You make it sound so realistic, though, Dave. You know what you're on about. You really do. You're pretty damn good. You must have had a good acting teacher.
Yeah, I must have done. Yeah, I do. Just like to voice my opinion.
Sam's watching. Thanks, Sam, for watching. Sam Bailey's watching, or Sam Pearson as she is on Facebook. She's saying, Jamie,
cheers, Sam.
Your shirts are on the way.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil the surprise for anybody yet, but I'll let you know when they turn up.
Well, you know what that means.
Is that the actual singer, Sam Bailey?
Yes, Sam Bailey.
The X Factor winner of.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's not like Dave. It's not what you know; it's who you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought that because, people they set up accounts, don't they? And they put people's other people's faces on.
Yeah.
So it's quite good that she's actually got her own face on her own account.
Yes, that is actually.
Is that how you get so many views, Dave? By having about 10 different accounts and people keep clicking on it.
We should try that. We could all try different faces. That's a great tip from Dave. Thanks, Dave. Bill says here how it will affect Euros, some countries cancelling, some finishing. If I was a Liverpool fan, which clearly I'm not, and like Jamie says, Dave,
you better not be.
I don't want Liverpool to win the Premier League, but knowing they're probably going to, if I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't want to win this season by the season being cancelled either.
No.
You get stuck in, Jamie.
I'm going to. It's not my question, is it? It's Dave, so I can eat while I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't think it should be run. I think the season, I tell you what, even if we start it in February next year, this season should finish and let everything work its way through.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things, and people have just got to accept it. It's like we've said before. This is going to be around for a while. This ain't going to just disappear. This ain't like just the common cold. This is going to be around forever. And, it's going to be a new way of life. I think we like planes and shopping and stuff like that. This is going to be the new normal for a couple of years to go yet. And to tell you the truth, I don't even trust the vaccine that they're going to make. I don't trust it.
You could be right. Here's a
that's been rushed, hasn't it?
Here's a suggestion for you, Jamie. You can start with this one, because places like Australia and I think New Zealand have almost eliminated the virus. And I don't know if he's half joking here, saying, but we could play the remaining Premier League games in Australia. Could you take the Premier League players to somewhere like New Zealand and just say, well, we're all tested, we're all clear, let's take it over there?
Hell of a logistics thing that is, to take all the players, all the 20 clubs.
It's like a World Cup.
2025s. What's 2025s plus all the staff and everything else?
Just like a World Cup, Jamie.
Yeah, it could happen, but like I say, the logistics of it would be fantastic.
That's the problem. Australia let us in.
Oh yeah.
Australia let us in.
No, probably not.
Well, they had all ours 200 years ago, didn't they? They let us in about 250 years ago, so they should let us in now.
Those days have gone, Jamie, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the history, isn't it? Part of the history.
Yeah. That's it. Can't change history.
But like in Spain over here, you're saying about letting people in. There's going to be no travel or tourism allowed in here for at least another 8 weeks. So no one can fly into Mallorca or the four Balearic Islands at all. So as for tourism over here, our business as well, we're going to be struggling with it. But as for tourism, there's going to be no people allowed in, like I say, for at least 8 weeks. So what are other countries doing? What are Holland doing? They've finished the league. What are France doing? Are they letting people in? Or because if the UK, most of the tourists over here, and 90% of the tourists come to Mallorca are English. If they're not being allowed out, if they're not being allowed in, they're not going to be able to go anywhere because no country is going to allow them in. So how can people travel, let alone to Spain, let alone to Australia? I mean. So
Dave,
I can understand what Dave's saying, but I can't. That wouldn't work. No. I don't think.
I mean, Dave, I think holidays are going to be about the last thing that reopen, aren't they? After all this,
I think so. I think it's going to. When it does start, I think it's going to be a massive boost for the holiday industry in England and Scotland and Wales and Ireland, and that's just our thing. I think people will actually be just going on holiday in this country. So.
Where's top of your list then, Dave?
Get out.
Where are you going to pick, Dave, to go first? Is it Skeggy or Blackpool?
We like Norfolk coast out that way, so we'd probably go out there. We like it out there.
A bit of Kings Lynn or further out than that?
Well, we just go all round, to be fair. We've been, for about the last 10 years or so, we've been going out to Norfolk and Suffolk. So we love it down Southwold, down there. It's great. Have you ever been?
I think I've been to Cromer and Hunstanton.
All right, you've got to work your way down, mate. Go down to Southwold. You'll love it.
We'll have to give that a try. Jamie, you're going to say Alcudia is the place to go anyway when it reopens, aren't you?
No. Well, I'm going. No. Well, yes, I would love to say just Alcudia, but because the tourism trade is going to take such a hit this year. You've got to book again for next year to go anywhere in the world, not just in Alcudia. I'd love you all to come out Alcudia. I'd be absolutely over the moon if you all came Alcudia. But just to rebook your holidays, if you've had it cancelled, don't just say, I'll have the money and go to the UK. Actually rebook and come away on holiday, whether it's to Greece, whether it's to Cyprus, whether it's to Spain, anywhere. The tourism trade is going to say it's such a big hit. We need people to come away on holiday. You don't have to come to Alcudia, although I would love you if you did. You could still go anywhere in the world just to keep the tourism trade, because it's going to be on its knees soon if we're not careful. We really are. But yeah, anywhere on holiday, anywhere abroad, absolutely fantastic.
So I think we're all agreeing about should the football season carry on or not. I think we're all saying generally, Dave, that as long as it's done safely at the right time, even if it takes months of stop-starts, let's finish this season.
I personally think this season should be finished. And then what you've got to do is look at the next season. And if the season does start late, just as an example, I'm not saying this is going to happen, just say it starts in November this year. I then think that you've got to look at changing the league just for this year. I don't know, split the league into two. Don't do the Carling Cup. If you do the FA Cup, you don't have replays. You just do a penalty shootout. No bloody international friendlies. And then I would say, if you made it into a two-tier league, a bit like Scotland, just so that the teams are playing, just so we've got some revenue coming in. The bottom two teams in the league do a playoff. The loser of that plays the winner of a playoff in the championship. and you can try and get some promotion, and so only one team goes down and one team comes up. I know that's not going to make the teams happy or going up, but it's just trying to get some normality back until we get this bloody virus sorted.
I mean, Bill Wright says, Jamie, how can players stay 2 meters apart? I mean, obviously they're not going to, but I mean, that's like saying, how do the police stay 2 meters apart, or the NHS staff? They can't. They get tested.
They can't,
and then they're allowed to carry on, aren't they?
Yeah, I think what they said that they were going to test them 3 days before the game or something, before a game, to see, because they'll get the results back within 3 days, and then they'd be clear, or whatever the test came back. But the players have been in isolation so long. If it's literally to the training ground, back home, then when they play the game, to the ground and back, even if they play neutral venues, even if they put it in, they play a whole week at Wembley or something, or they play it in the Midlands at 3 different grounds or something like that, so they're only going to a short distance. So there's a way around it.
Dave, I know you say you didn't get tested for the virus. I was watching a bit of American TV. Donald Trump, I don't know if any of you two have watched any of the Donald Trump press conferences. They're quite entertaining, but they're talking over there that they've got a test coming that is out, I think, already, where it only takes 5 minutes to get the results. So I think that will help speed things up.
I don't want to sound negative, and I don't want to sound, whatever, but I don't trust what politicians tell us anyway. I've gone beyond trusting them with these tests, with this telling us what we should be doing, telling us where our PPE is, telling us everything. I just don't. I've gone beyond believing them, to be fair, and I don't honestly understand that. I'm fed up with the media. I'm fed up with the politicians. It's just a complete mess. They're all trying to basically see who can pee up a wall the highest. And it's just, it is. Yeah. They're just trying to outdo each other. You've got these media questions at 5 o'clock in England or whatever. They're not asking questions. They're just trying to pin blame on people. And we don't need to be pinning blame. We know things have gone wrong. That's for another day. Let's just get these things sorted. So I don't know.
But do you think the media are doing a good job or a bad job?
I think they're doing an awful
job. Reporting it.
I think they're doing
Sorry, Dave, you both. Awful.
I think they're doing an awful
From what
job.
I'm watching, yeah.
I think they are
terrible.
It is. They're just trying to get a headline. I mean, at the moment, right? Whatever you say about Boris Johnson, he's been the Prime Minister and he's been out of action. So at the moment, you've had about 5 captains of this shit with Priti Patel, Rab, Grove, and whoever else just saying what's happening, what's this, and nobody's actually giving anything. But now Boris is actually back. He can actually be the captain. Well, no, he ain't back, is he? Because he's just had a kid. So he's going to be out on paternity leave. He's on paternity leave.
She had the baby then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been sunbathing all day, so I haven't had the TV on or anything, so I didn't know.
Tough life in lockdown in Jamie's house.
It's hard life. It's hard
sunbathing and drinking beer. Jamie, just changing subject slightly, Jamie. I asked you before this, have you got any good bar jokes to tell us? I don't know, Dave, if you've got any jokes as well, but have you got... Go on, then.
I've got a couple of good... Go on, Dave, you go first.
I'm about to make a note of it, but I was playing Football Manager the other day, and I was offered the Scotland job, and I thought, it's a poor squad, it's a poor future, so I said no, and I went back to playing Football Manager.
Oh, dear.
I like that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Well,
go on then, Jamie.
I don't know whether a lot of you know that I've been married nearly 22 years now, and my love life is like my new credit card, contactless.
Yeah, that's the way to laugh to
the not listen.
Yeah. She just brought you dinner. She just brought you dinner out on a plate, and then you lay her in a joke. I'm going to make sure I'm going to edit that bit out, Jamie, and send it to her.
No, you don't have to. She'll love it. She'll be probably watching on her phone. There'll probably be a comment come up in a minute under my name. The other one I've got is, what do you call a penguin in the Sahara Desert?
Hot?
Lost.
Lost, yeah. That's like a cracker joke, that is. That is a cracker joke. Bill Wright saying he hopes Spain opens up soon because he's going to come over to the Foxes' arms. I think we all will, Jamie. We'll all come for a little holiday. Ken saying, Dave, he believes with you. He says the same old media are scaremongering. Which
morning, small boy. How the devil are you? Just Ken is called small boy, by the way, because he's only little. He's really small. He's about 4 foot nothing. Yeah.
Bloody borrowers everywhere.
Borrowers everywhere.
Don't have me on full screen, what I mean.
I'm putting you on full screen with a mouthful. Here we are. Let's all watch Jamie. Try not to.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that's been served dinner, look. Proper pub grub, chicken burger.
Yeah.
Are you on a diet again, Dave?
Mushrooms on toast. That's a healthy start to the day, followed by beer at 12 o'clock.
He gets the plug in there.
Well, now I've lost a stone. I've got to try and keep the stone off.
Yes. Yeah, you might as well make something out of it. Just before we wrap up, guys, because it's nearly 12:30, and we need to let other people get back to work if they've been watching. Jamie, and I'll ask Dave you as well, but I'll start with Jamie. There's been a couple of transfer rumours, Jamie, for Leicester. It seems strange. I mean, we haven't really been reporting them too much because, I wonder where these rumours are coming from when we're in lockdown. But there's been 2 players, Fofana from St Etienne, where Claude Puel is the manager. So God knows if we'd want him. And then there's also another guy who I'll try and say his name, and his name is Tsimikas, who's a left back from Olympiacos. What, Jamie, should we be talking about transfers at this stage when we don't even know what's going on?
Nah, it's all the back of the sports page is like Sky Sports. They've got nothing to put on, so it's just paper talk. I can't see anything happening until the season finishes. You don't know what's going to happen. So what's the point in even talk? They're just paper talk. They need to fill some column space, column inches. Don't they? That's all it is.
Do you think the same again, Dave? Do you think it's the sports media just trying to come up with stuff?
Well, I don't trust Sky Sports anyway. They're another I don't watch. They're just making news. They've got nothing to report, like James just said. There is absolutely nothing out there for them to report. So they're just going to try and stir whatever they can between clubs, players, managers. I mean, it's like Gray, isn't it? Is Gray honestly going? Has he been put on? I mean, I've heard he's deleted everything to do with Leicester from Instagram and everything. So,
yeah, he has, Jamie, as well. I mean, that maybe could have been an accident to delete all your history from Instagram, but
you can't delete every photo by accident and leave one photo there. No. I mean, that big bag of chips he's got on his shoulder, I think he's got even bigger now, to be honest.
Well, it's like what you mean, your chips?
I mean, to have and then my chip. He couldn't afford my chips at the minute. Got no Tories, so they're ever so expensive. But yeah, I think he's done wrong. I really has doing that. He's probably been told by the club that he's going to be sold, and he's just the toys have come out, the pram. And he thought, right, sorry, everything's gone. There's one photo on Instagram, and above his tagline, he's got freedom and a praying hands, and that's it. So that can only mean one thing in my mind, to be honest.
I mean, Dave, he's a young lad. He's got the world at his feet. He's obviously a pretty good football player. He's won a Premier League title with Leicester. I think he drives around in some pretty flash, snazzy cars. Is it too much money, too young for some of these footballers, do you think?
I think it's about guidance and agents, and I think they have got to. I don't know. An agent will just. I personally think an agent will just see a player as a cash cow. They don't really care about them. They don't really care. I mean, I'm not being funny here. I'm not bragging, but I've got a bloke who looks after me, and he has guided me, and he's not. He just looks at what I do, and he'll say, "I think that's wrong. I think that's right. Blah blah blah. Don't do this." And when you get to somewhere in life, and I'm not saying I've got anywhere, but when you get to somewhere in life, you need somebody to just look at it from a different point of view. And I personally think this agent, who's with Gray, has advised him badly, because if nobody wants you, Gray, you're stuck at Leicester, and you've got 32,000 fans who will turn against you like you have turned against them. And it doesn't help, mate. It don't help at all.
It was a bit like the same as Mahrez. Mahrez did the same, didn't he? Threw the toys out the pram. His legendary status. Well, he's still a good player for Leicester, but I think his legendary status has gone downhill with what he did. I mean, I think it was bad for 40 million. We should have done it then, 2 or 3 years ago. Should have gone. Adios, senor. Sorry, that's my Spanish coming out. Sorry.
I mean, I know we spoke to a couple of ex-players, and one of them said to us that they think something that's missing from the modern game is the fact that when they were younger, back in the 80s and 90s, when you were an apprentice, you really did have to clean the muck off people's shoes. You had to sweep the changing rooms. I know from myself as just working, the first couple of years of my working life, I worked in a factory, and it was really crap hard work. And I know lots of people have to do that. I sort of enjoyed it to an extent, doing a couple of years of it, but it helped me know, right, you've got to start at the bottom. You have to literally have to start sweeping the floors, making other people cups of tea. You have to earn the right to step up, Dave. Do you feel the same?
I do, and they've taken all this apprenticeship away from footballers and stuff. I know you get. I mean, I don't know what happens nowadays. I don't know if players clean boots or what. But it's, it was a thing like, I've cleaned Paul Gascoigne's boots, or I've cleaned whoever's boots, Alan Shearer's boots. They've taken all that away. They want it all on a plate. They all want 30 grand a week and, walking around in stupid flip-flops with socks on.
Yeah, I don't get that, but my kids do that.
Yeah, you better give them a clip around the ear.
That's looking half German, that is, Phil, if they've got socks and sandals on.
Just need the mullet.
Yeah, it's what all the youngsters do. So
years ago, though, if I remember rightly, the YTS kids, they used to clean the boots for the first team players, and the first team players used to give them money at Christmas. Used to give them 100 quid. They used to chop up the stuff. And it used to be a privilege to do, not a privilege to clean someone's boots, but they used to be looked forward to, and if they did a good job, getting the money. Yeah. But nowadays, I think even in general, there's no apprenticeships anymore. I don't know, because I've been over here 15 years, so I don't really know. But there's no apprenticeships at all nowadays. So no one has to learn life the hard way by starting.
They're all wrapped up in cotton wool.
At the bottom.
Well, I think they're all such an investment at the moment. If you're a 15, 16, 17-year-old starler at a Premier League club, you're on big bucks already.
Well, this might change now with this coronavirus, because if clubs haven't got the money that they have had, they might start changing the situation with the apprentice. They might actually start saying, right, you've got to start cleaning boots, and bringing them up the proper way.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, that's lunchtime over. I'd like to say cheers for Dave joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Will you come back on again, Dave, for another pint with us?
Cheers, Dave. Thank you.
Drop us a text. Cheers, Jamie. Just drop us a text, and when I'm off work, I'll come on and have half hour and have a chat.
That's brilliant. And obviously, go and follow Dave, Blue Van Man, on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle? At Blue Van Man. Is it 4?
4, yeah. I don't know where the 4 comes from. It's there.
Just stick a number on the end, Dave, isn't it? That'll do.
You were the 4th Blue Van Man on Twitter.
Probably so, yeah.
So you were the 4th most popular one.
The proper one.
And obviously on Dave's YouTube channel, which is Blue Van Man, which you can see on YouTube and see all his reviews of pretty much anything you can shove in your mouth.
Hey, this is what I'm doing later on. I've got a shaver for my bald head.
Right. Well, we'll look forward to that. There you go. We got it here first. Dave's
that'd be interesting.
Here's a shaver. Blue Van Man.
He could do it now. He could plug it in and do it now.
No.
Go like that. Do it now.
Build it up. He's got to. Don't forget, Jamie's got to do the roll in the eyes, like the.
Oh yeah.
He's enjoying
it. Lovely, that is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Brilliant.
Enjoying getting your head shaved.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks so much for joining us.
No worries. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks. I'm going to let you
Dave,
go now.
Thank you.
See you, Jamie.
Cheers, mate.
See you later, pal.
So that was the Blue Van Man, Jamie. A bit of lunchtime banter there.
And it was. I enjoyed that.
And some snacks.
I had 2.
I'm just jealous of your lunch.
I'm still not. Look, I've still got it. I hadn't had time to eat it.
Well, I'll let you get on with that.
Much. I haven't had time to eat it.
Right, thanks, Jamie.
But yeah, enjoyed it.
Night,
enjoyed every
tomorrow
moment.
night, come on. Who forgot tomorrow night?
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Thursday tomorrow, isn't it? We have got Richard Stearman, ex-Leicester player. He's playing for... Who's he playing for now? Oh, Huddersfield. He's still playing for Huddersfield. So, yeah, Blue Van Man. Richard Stearman. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I've got him on my mind now. I won't be able to get rid of it. I won't be able to get sleep. I'll be thinking about him.
Well, that's Dave if he wants to come on and have a chat with Richard Stearman. You know,
he'll take too much of the show, won't it? He'll be advertising and everything, won't it?
He'll be scoffing something nice. Anyway, thanks, Jamie, for joining us.
All right, then, Phil. I shall see you tomorrow night.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for all your comments. Sam saying she wants to come out to the bar in Spain. Adrian saying, keep well, everybody. Ken says, keep safe. Cheers, all. Rob Edwards, thanks. Keep up with you. Sam says she wants to come on again, but from Jamie's bar. I'm sure Jamie would love to have that sorted, Sam. So let's get that sorted. Alex, hope you're well. Goodbye as well. And Bill Wright says cheerio as well. Thanks to Blue Van Man. Thanks to Jamie from the Foxes Arms. But most of all, as ever, thanks to you guys. Keep safe and keep cheering on Leicester.